do have a lobby.
SOS versus Bel Air. Let's go. No, it's versus Hurricane. Do we know the score? I guess we're trying to figure that out. It is 2-1 SOS. Oh. So this could be potentially the final map of this this series.
Yeah. Interesting. So we do have SOS already up 2-0, and how does this keep happening? Somehow this map made it through the vetoes. Oh boy.
What are the other vetoes? What are you vetoing instead of Submarine?
Right, like a golden wall, I understand, but what else? What else is?
Pulse of gold? Question mark?
In a PvP though, like
yeah. Isochrome? Question mark? And you know, just gotta say to the map maker of Submarine, not a dig on the map whatsoever. I do appreciate that it's in the map pool. It's just it can be a little frustrating to play on.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't know. I imagine players, they just like golden wall a little bit more because it's a little bit. There's more to it, right? It's not just the one thing, but yeah, I don't know.
And speaking of not knowing, we are now on the LE Submarine, which, if you did not know, is where we all live in. The LE Submarine. The LE Submarine. We're in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, already on match point, looking to make it to his first finals in the ESL Open Cup Asia. First finals? Well, first finals in a while. He is the pink Protoss player, coming all the way from the land of Korea, representing Generic Green Wings Jaguar. We have SOS. A Jaguar ate his, I don't remember how that song goes. That's what Princess hates it.
And spawning in at the top left-hand corner of the Submarine LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player, currently teamless?
Yep, teamless.
Currently teamless. He is Hurricane.
Who... I regret that we're not able to get a little more into Hurricane, because he's got a bit of a story behind him. But SOS, he's looking to end this.
Oh yeah, we do see it. We've seen it before. SOS going for the Forge first, and the cannons are being thrown down. Ooh, SOS even blocks the wall here on top of the ramp, so Hurricane, he can't get down to the cannon.
There's only one probe, and that's not enough. And a couple more cannons being thrown down on the high ground. And all this is doing right now, this is the bait. SOS is an angler. He's looking to bait these probes into cannon range. We'll have to deal with this Zealot, though. That cannon was not cancelled. It was, in fact, killed. And this other cannon is looking to go down. This was actually very nicely done by Hurricane.
Exactly, that was actually incredibly well done. Like the Zealot was able to come out just in time. The cannon on the low ground was not cancelled. It was finished, so it did go down. And this cannon here should be going down as well.
GG. Not gonna be our final map. Hello. Oh, I'm glad.
Part of me feels like, you know, if this is what you were going to do, like, why even go for Submarine, man? God damn it. Yeah, GG, well played. SOS, this isn't the first time we've seen him cannon rush today. He also cannon rushed against Rex, and both times it just didn't go his way.
Yeah, these players, they're on top of it. They know how to defend, and yeah, it just didn't really work out. I think it was a little bit, it was not quite that perfect efficiency that I think a lot of people kind of expect from these players, but to be honest, it was enough.
Yeah, part of me feels like, I may be reading into this a little bit too much, I'm not too sure, but part of me feels like SOS is maybe utilizing when he's ahead in the series, because both times he did this, he was ahead. He may just be utilizing this opportunity as practice against a pro player who may not be like knowing that this is coming.
Is he gonna cannon rush in us 2 times in a row, and then when on match point decides, okay, time to go back to serious mode? We'll find out. We're about to find out.
We are about to find out. We are going to be loading into Eternal Empire, and we've seen him kind of rush on this map before. He could do it again in the PvP.
Protoss player? Yeah, in the PvP?
Look, he just tried cannon rushing in the PvP.
He just did, which is why Hurricane wouldn't expect it. No, he totally would.
Would he?
Totally
would he?
Would he? Would he? There's a snake in my boot? And speaking of which, we are now on to Eternal Empire Ile. We're in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner map. We have the pink Protoss player coming out all the way from the land of Korea, the cannon extraordinaire, amongst other things. He is going to be representing Jin Greenwing's Jaguar. Everybody give it up for La Cucaracha de la Goria, Soul of Sky. Or SOS.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, currently not getting cannon rushed. We have the South Korean Protoss player, currently teamless, representing himself. It is Hurricane.
And this time SOS decides, nope, no quick game. We're on Eternal Empire. I know how it's done.
Oh god, we've been here before, and it looks like he's trying to fake out a cannon rush, actually. And it's actually working, you know.
It is, yeah. Hurricane's responding to it very cautiously, very fair. I was trying to sugarcoat that a little bit, but yeah, paranoid is the right word.
Yeah, we were talking about it, right? Hurricane, he had that on his mind. He didn't want to get cannon rushed again, even though he was pretty well defended in the previous game. And yeah, SOS getting a little bit of value there, just scaring his opponent with that probe.
And he's going to scare his opponent even more. He's going to lull him into a bit of a false sense of security, as we're going to have to wait to see what this probe throws down. Is it going to be a Robo? Or is it going to be a Stargate?
Oh. We'll see. It could be one or the other, and it is Stargate.
There we go. But
so yeah, we'll see how this goes as Hurricane, he's across the map. He does have his probe in the main base of SOS, and as he counts the pylons, as he sees that the second pylon is being morphed there, he knows that there has to be another pylon somewhere out on the map. Again, we do bring this up from time to time. You know, there's a reason why there are sometimes pro players or Protoss players who just throw a pylon out of the map just to make it look like there's a proxy, but there's no actual proxy, so yeah, it can be hard to determine.
Yeah, in that case, you're just utilizing the supply on the pylon. Well, that and the mind games. But interestingly enough, Hurricane is going to be... Well, he hasn't scouted out the Stargate yet, but he is getting a Stargate of his own. Should be able to see it now. Yep. He catches right the edge.
Beautifully done by Hurricane. He spots the Stargate. Will he be able to defend in time, though, as... Ooh, nice. Able to deny that adept.
Yeah, takes out another pylon as well. And now the Phoenix is starting to get chronoed out.
Oh, he's actually pretty scared of okay, there we go. The Oracle was trying to kill the Stalker, but the recall was used to save said Stalker.
And honestly, I really like that move, buying himself as much time as possible in order to get the Phoenix out. That was, I think Hurricane's gonna hold.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's completely fine against this opener. He completely shuts down the Oracle, and is he gonna escape? Oh,
barely.
Wow, the Oracle does get away somehow, some way, and yeah, this is a really good start for Hurricane.
Indeed it is. It is now on SOS to take the initiative in terms of his tech, and we do see him transitioning into the Twilight Council, so going to a more standard gateway army.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of upgrade he goes for. I mean, the more standard play is to go for Blink with his Stalkers, but from time to time we do see certain Protoss players favor a more adept-heavy style. We'll see which one SOS goes for. Especially
against a more robo-heavy build with those Immortals. Glaive the Depths, taking out Immortals. It's basically like Marines taking out Immortals.
Yeah, definitely. And we do get confirmation SOS, he is going for Blink, so playing this pretty standard, pretty straight up, focusing on those Blink Stalkers for defense and for offense as well. You can be pretty versatile with them.
Yeah, you really can. And also, considering that he did scout his opponent is going for Phoenixes, these Blink Stalkers are just about the best thing you can get other than Widow Mines, but you're getting Widow Mines.
Exactly. And Hurricane, his tech of choice, he didn't go for a Twilight Cancel. Instead, he is going for a Robo, looking to focus on or prioritize his Immortal production instead. And gets he gets Forge as well, looking to work on +1. This could indicate Zealots. This could also indicate Blink Stalkers as well. It's yeah, curious to see what he goes for.
I'm gonna say Archons, but he doesn't really have the gas count for it yet.
Yeah. As he will be a little bit late if he does go for Blink. Like, his Twilight Council is only just now being thrown down. But defensively, he should be fine because he will have faster Immortal production. So, you know, it's like one player has faster Blink, the other player has faster Immortals. It kind of evens each other out, depending on how good SOS's micro is, and maybe like finding these opportunities to like blink into the main base or things along those lines.
Yeah, and I would generally imagine SOS to be a player who can get these these really clutch blinks down, and if not finding the openings, then forcing them with the blinks. Immortal still not quite out. It's gonna be out soon. There's no shield battery here in the natural SOS yet. Just about gonna be popping out, and in that time, SOS is gonna blink for it, takes out 2 Stalkers and a Sentry. But he's starting to lose probes across the map. Phoenixes are just chilling at the moment. Hurricane a little bit preoccupied. So yeah, at the moment, it is just about anyone's game. Nice snipes coming out from SOS.
Yeah, that's the thing. With this high amount of Stalker counts, you can one-shot units, so the shield battery doesn't even come into play. But he focuses down the shield battery and takes it out.
Yeah, it's even better than focusing down the units.
Yeah, indeed. But now there are 2 Immortals, so with 2 Immortals, it does force SOS away.
For the time being, I really like what SOS kind of tried to do there. He didn't really have an opportunity to follow through on it, but using only 1 Stalker to force the Guardian Shell. There we go. Yeah. The Immortals are starting to go down, and this is a snowball if I've ever seen one, Light.
Exactly. This could just be it. SOS, he found an opportunity. The shield battery was not remade, and there was only 1 to begin with, so both Immortals were taken out. He's recalling his Phoenixes right now to help defend, but he blinks on top of the Immortal again.
And honestly, he can lift as many Phoenixes as he wants, or as many Stalkers as he wants. Every time he does that, he gets less firepower to kill them.
Exactly, and even though it looks like Hurricane may have enough to hold and push away this army, like, SOS has just dealt so much damage. And he's reinforcing.
Loving the blinks, and I'm loving the target firing. He is starting to reinforce this. And it looked like Hurricane may have been able to deflect this, but honestly, SOS never doubt his blinks. Alright, but now with the Immortal out and with enough of these Stalkers bled, SOS is going to have to retreat, and that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, he's retreating, he's ahead in workers, he's getting a 3rd base, he's working on his own production as well, throwing down so many gateways, and the problem, and he's actually going to get +1 as well at around the same time as his opponent. Again, the problem is that Hurricane, he was being so greedy. You pointed it out, like, when the first initial wave came, there was only 1 shield battery and it wasn't even done. Meanwhile, across the map, SOS wasn't even getting attacked, and he had 2 shield batteries at his natural, like, playing it safe, like, as most do.
Yeah. And now we've reached a point where these Phoenixes are not going to get a lot of damage done. Well, they'll get a little bit here and there, which whatever Hurricane can do to stabilize his economy and destabilize his opponent's economy is still going to be useful, but I have my doubts.
Yeah, it's a tough ask to say the least for Hurricane. Like, he's trying to catch up, he's working on his 3rd base, but he's so far behind in that. The majority of his Immortals, which was like his advantage, his tech advantage, the majority of them got sniped. Now he's down to 2, and yeah, his army is just quite small because of that. He does have a War Prism, so he can choose to be aggressive out on the map. It's a big risk, but in this situation, you have to take risks.
You really do. And Hurricane, he's just spending up as much as his bank as he can. He's trying to get as good as an army as he can afford, and they're going to go for that counterattack. He will have an Archon, so that can deal against these Zealots decently well. But, yeah, I'm starting to get worried. Hurricane seems like he's just opting for a more standard Immortal drop. He wants to deal with he wants to deal with the Observer first, that's why. Meanwhile, SOS starting to snake his way around the base. Or around the map, I should say, and yeah, Hurricane, he's holding back. He's trying to get his bearings, and I don't think it's gonna work out. I'm looking at his rally light. I'm looking at the way his War Prism's rallied. But he turns back.
Looking at the same thing. Okay, that could have turned out horribly for Hurricane if he lost his War Prism and both Immortals for free. Oh boy.
Insta GG. Insta right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, instead Hurricane still has a chance. It's still a tough ask, but he's getting a lot of batteries. He has a decent army. I mean, Archons do decently well against Chargelets. Yeah, they're not quite done. Good force field though, and not every Zealot of SOS is going to be able to target, but they do force their way on through, and this is looking like the beginning of the end.
Oh, we'll see. The shoe battery overcharge is being used. Again, the SimCity is quite nice. So far, the Immortals are quite safe from all the Zealots, but more Zealots are being morphed in, reinforcing this SOS is, and he's trying to focus on the Immortals.
Yeah, not quite getting it yet, but the Immortal does eventually go down. SOS may just be deflected here, as he is starting to lose his army supply. What happened to that Warp Prism? Oh, it actually retreated, tried to get into a better position.
Yeah, that was actually really nicely done for Hurricane. Like, the best position for him would be defensively. Like, he was down in army supply, but he utilized his SimCity to his advantage. Like, the service area for the Zealots of SOS, he wasn't really getting them. Like, it was really difficult for him to engage the army of Hurricane, and just really nice positioning, really nice force fields. He was able to come out on top and hold.
And honestly, now he's starting to work on his disruptors, which, again, is the great equalizer in a PvP. If you can nail those shots, he's up in army supply. His economy is still pretty unstable at the moment, but I feel like he can finally start to get something done on the other side of the map. He is sending out his Phoenixes, which is, you know, what he's been doing this entire time, but now it's actually going to hurt SOS a lot more than previously.
Yeah, SOS though, he did have Stalkers in position, already picking off one of those Phoenixes, 2 remaining for Hurricane. And you're right in saying that Hurricane, at the moment, he does have the supply advantage. He does have this window of opportunity where he can, you know, force an engagement and maybe even win one. But yeah, he was waiting a little bit for his disruptor count to be higher. And SOS, as you just pointed out, he is working on disruptors of his own. Oh god!
Oh, that War Prism almost went down with the heavy hitters of Hurricane's army.
Yeah. Imagine one more Stalker and he would have been able to just one-shot that War Prism.
If only. And yeah, this could be another engagement going down. Or this is going to be another engagement going down. SOS not too far behind now. He is starting to really catch up on that army count. Nice patrolling Phoenix here. But that War Prism will live and will drop the load immediately onto even more Zealots.
It does catch the Warp Prism, but again, he does go through and he does continue to warp in. And again, on the he actually warps in DTs.
And they are getting so much done. There's just no detection on the side of the map. The Observer on the other side, GG is called. And SOS is going to be your first finalist of tonight's ESL Open Cup Asia, winning that series 3-1. Are we going to get a PvP final slate, or are we going to get that TVP that we've always craved?
We will see, as in the final moments of that game, the DTs were distracting Hurricane, and at that same moment, SOS actually got like amazing disruptor shots off, and he just Hurricane in that like split second just fell apart, and that was kind of it.
Yeah, pretty much. It
is the great equalizer, as we said. And yeah, we are going to be heading into the next semifinals, the non-PvP. We'll be heading into Zest versus Time, and I'm so excited for this.
As am I. Feel like we may have seen this a series somewhere before. I know we've seen Time versus Stats at one point, and that was amazing.
Oh yeah,
but Zest is a little bit different. I'm not sure what the state of Zest's PvT is nowadays, because I feel like whenever you see Zest playing in a PvT, he's either playing someone like Innovation or Maru, right, who will always pull a sneaky on him, or he's playing someone who's a little bit below his level, to put it in a way.
Yeah, and I was just about to say this. Zest, we were worried about.
Yep.
We were worried about Doyu Cup. Zest has forfeited.
Right. There we go.
Yeah.
Doyu Cup. He is going to be playing a different PvT. It is actually going to be a Get Special over on twitch.tv/WardyTV. So if you are a big Zest fan, we unfortunately are not able to really show him here, but he should be over on Wardy's channel. So we will have a TVP finals, and I've been waiting a while for this. Like, Time, he's made it to the finals of ESL Open Cup Asia a long time ago. And it's been quite a while since he's returned.